Oh, I don't know. A few trees here and some grass there, and this place might not look so awful.
Why the miners ceased drilling. Someone must have missed this natural cavern on the geological survey. Shame. I suppose it was a bit like building a ship in a bottle. long time since... Bye.
You must be the one who got me out of the red with the trade authority. Can't say I don't appreciate it, but I doubt you came all this way just to do me a favor. Now you want to explain to me why you're going around harassing nefarious old men by wiping away their hard-earned debts? Adrian sent you. She's... Did she look okay? Sounds like Adrian. Watch that woman lose a digit trying to get a better tissue sample.
What? You can reattach a finger, Percy.
So what exactly did she have you bring me? Terramorph attack, huh? Not exactly sure why you'd be bringing that... Wait, Tau Gourmet? Like Tau Ceti Tau Gourmet? That's a joke, right? There's either someone setting... If she made you come all the...
Gonna ask you to not touch anything. Got some projects in the works down here. I wasn't expecting guests. Oh, and Lou mentioned how you took care of the debt. Can't say I'm thrilled the Trade Authority got their mitts on the research, but I guess that's the price you pay not to live in a cave the rest of your days. All queued up. Let's gaze into this abyss, shall we? All right, just get those cellular markers tagged. Wait, where are the markers? This can't be right. This sample, it's Londinian. I'll need to get this all in a slate. Adrian really gave you this sample. You're not lying to me? Because if you told me this was a hoax, and it'd be the best damn fake I've ever seen, I'd be mad and very, very relieved. Can't just humor an old man, huh? This sample, it's got all the indicators of the worst Terramorph attack in human history. I presume you've heard of Londinian. It was. An entire... The swarms are so bad, they had to blow the spaceport and seal the place off from the galaxy at large. Not a lot of samples made it off the world from the time of the attack. But the one... I didn't detect any of the telltale signature. I don't think it was transported to Tau Ceti. This specimen, which means that's not gonna end well.
It would be the end of us as a species.
So you lugged this bad omen all the way here. You want to tell me what your plans are for it now? Because until now, the Terramorphs that wiped out Londinian had the good sense to stay put. What happened there? It was a tragedy, but at least it was contained. So to find evidence for a similar attack on a different world, well, we don't have enough information to know precisely what this means. But I doubt it's good. So I'd love to know what it is you're planning. The circle, huh? Here, faster we take the lift to the surface. Not supposed to use it, but given the circumstances, I'm inclined to...
Percival. My God, look at you. You're an old man now.
You're no hassling yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say,
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back.
Ooh, low gravity gives me that feeling I have butterflies in my stomach.
Hey, Percival's always seemed like such a good guy.
Lou gave me the abridged version of what
I
went
believe he
down.
did so much damage during the
I
war.
can't thank you enough for taking care of all that.
makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately didn't end up being too much trouble. And I'm sorry about that. I'm just glad you both came through it intact. So, were you two able to get that workup together?
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact match for the ones from Londinian.
Londinian. That's exactly what I was afraid of.
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news. That's for damn sure. So tell me you've got some kind of plan for that workup.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's gonna take to access our old Terramorph data.
Good place to start. What'd you find?
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archives? Doesn't that mean we'd be dealing with the Cabinet? And the Freestar Collective? And House Varun somehow? Guess we can kiss that approach goodbye.
I didn't think the cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some favors. They've agreed to hear us out on two conditions. One, they want to see this analysis you two have procured. And two, they want to discuss what happened on Tau Ceti with both of us. The Cabinet's the UC's highest governing body. The President, top military brass, scientific and diplomatic division heads. Any major decision the UC makes goes through them. They're the only real chance we've got of unlocking the archives. So without their blessing, we're flying blind. Well, when the Colony War came to a close 19 years ago, with the signing of the armistice, the UC, Freestar, and House Varun. They made a lot of decisions about all information related to the things they decided should be banned. Now, it's possible to get things out of there, but only with the agreement of members from all three factions. And as to what our research is doing in there, well, I'll get to that. Well, that's about the best news I've had all day. Percival and I, we're not just researchers. We were military scientists, ran a division of the UC together that
Place I was hiding out. That was our unit's home base.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually became the heart of UC xeno-warfare. A practice that's been banned ever since the armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. And the UC military cut us loose for what we'd done. Well, it was during that assignment that the UC asked us to explore The project never got off the ground, but the data our team gathered under the watchful eye of monitors from all the galactic. But if we can convince the cabinet to help us, and hopefully how to prevent more attacks. I mean, I hope they will, given the evidence we've acquired. But getting the Freestar Collective and House Varun on our side, that won't be easy.
Since neither group is exactly on great terms with the UC at the moment, for various reasons.
Exactly. It's going to mean negotiations and deals and plenty of diplomatic legwork to see this through. But I don't see a better option to solving what's going on here. So it's gonna be up to us to get them on board. Because the Terramorph project was doomed from the start. Terramorphs are too mean, too smart, too hungry to be used in combat. Trust us, we tried. The data that's in the archives, it's historical write-ups, anatomical notation, food chain analyses. I doubt they would have even classified it if it didn't have a Xeno-warfare logo on it. You have my word. It's not a threat. All right. I'm gonna go get this work up into the cabinet's hands. I'll meet you out front of Mast in New Atlantis.
Good luck. You two are gonna need it.
Sidonia is an industrial town. Wonder where this will lead. Let's finish what we've started before we go our separate ways. Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Okay.
Might be time I start working on some projects.
Don't you can have a depressing effect on some people.
I could never leave these people.
Let's get this crate into space.
We're locking into orbit now.
course and prepare to be scanned.
All ships, we have a hostile in orbit. Deadly force is authorized.
Opening fire! The last mistake you ever made. This is United Colony in space. Maintain current course while we scan for contraband.
All ships, we have a hostile in orbit. Deadly force is authorized. Weapons primed. Moving to neutralize suspect. or scrap, you hear me? Can't get away from me.
Must have been a good jump.
You are
We're still in
entering
one
United
piece.
Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. That the frontier? Hard to believe that old bird's still flying. Our scan detected contraband on board. Halt and prepare to be boarded. All illegal and stolen goods will be confiscated. You're on the wanted list. Halt and prepare to be boarded or we will be... Copy that. Stay on course while we escort you in.
Must have been a good jump.
You
We're
are
still in
entering
one
United
piece.
Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
Our scan detected contraband on board. Halt and prepare to be boarded. All illegal and stolen goods will be confiscated. You're on the wanted list. Halt and prepare to be boarded or will be forced to open fire. Security always gets you in the end. Remember that.
Ah, crime has slowed down since you started helping out. It's a lot of work. Well, safety doesn't happen. See you later.
Have a good one.
I picked up something you might be interested in.
junk you're hauling seriously slowing you down. You when you have a moment.
Hello, Captain.
How are you today?
You'll be scanned as you enter the city.
Sidonia is an industrial town. The people there tend to be concise.
Captain! Over here! The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us, but listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus, woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin, a title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come. I'm the last. A few of my siblings, they passed when we were young. Training accidents and the like. But most of the rest were deployed to the front lines during the Colony War, and they never came back. Not a day goes by where I don't think about what the world would look like with them still in it. A non-trivial amount of gene editing. Clone, honestly, isn't even really the right term for our relationship, thanks to the amount of donor material that was required to bring me into this world. He and I are different on more than a few levels, but there's no denying the fact we're inextricably linked. No. They made a pretty grave miscalculation. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death, on both sides. Freestar Collective, and UC. Military, and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned. He had his men open fire on civilian ships during the Battle of Cheyenne. A battle that he ultimately ended up losing anyway, devastating the UC fleet and bringing the Colony War to an ugly end for the UC. But he's also the one who ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport during their outbreak, condemning countless lives. Both sides agreed the settled systems would be better without him. I just thought you deserved to know. I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here. That's actually a souvenir from my time on Mars. The Red Devils unit I was a part of, they were founded by recruits who'd worked some of Mars' deepest mines. Folks used to adversity. The dust at those depths, it seeps into everything. The human eye included. Where the name Red Devils came from in the first place. It became an unwritten rite of passage that anyone wanting to enlist with the Devils had to do a stint in the mines before they could join up. The Devils were always talked about in such revered tones during my training, so as soon as I was old enough, I signed up. And the eyes were my parting gift.
Здорово. Да нормальная дрочка.
I mean, we never spent a lot of time together. He was too busy being fleet admiral to deal with kids. I was raised by a pair of guardians instead. Until his defeat during the Colony War, though, he was known as an extremely effective commander. Savvy.
У меня проблема сейчас была.
That
Я,
mind
короче,
opened a lot
с
of
прошлого
doors for
квеста
him.
подобрал очень дорогую контрабанду.
But
Там
Vivictus,
два
for
каких-то
all
файла
visibility, was heartless,
по 10 тысяч кредитов почти.
ruthless to a fault.
И, сука, пытался
In the end,
любым
that's what cost
способом
him his
как-то
life.
просто проникнуть на планету и продать это все. Ты как в галактику влетаешь, тебя сканируют. Сначала я отказался и пытался съебаться. Ну, точнее, не съебаться, а разбомбить, блядь. Но меня вынесли сразу. Потом я пытался съебаться, долететь. И я думал, если я с радара пропал, нету меня... Мне те, кто преследует, блядь. Я долечу спокойно и приземлюсь. И продам все. Хуй там был. Развернулся, блядь. Потом попытался пришвартоваться к какому-то кораблю. И там побегать, кому-то что-то толкнуть. Тоже нихуя не получилось. В итоге я загрузился. И заплатил штраф там, блядь. И я так понял, у меня конфисковали все. Пиздец.
You doing okay?
Eye strain from the amount of reading I've got on the horizon if we succeed. The Terramorph project never went anywhere. It couldn't. They're deadly creatures, but they aren't xenoweapons. The cabinet not opening the archives is probably a bigger risk than them handing over the files. That data itself isn't dangerous.
Блять, ну, я не
Which
знал.
probably wouldn't be a bad point for us to bring up, should the opportunity arise. Well, thinking about it more, I suspect there'd be value in sharing the fact that the Terramorph project was, well, a failure. There's no need to be afraid of this data being weaponized. Knowing that should calm some of the cabinet's fears and make it easier for us to dispel any suspicions the other factions might have about our intentions. Come find me when you're done. Still no word from the... Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go. Yes? You needed something?
О, нихуя, сейчас выступать буду.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information. Well, I'll be sure your commanding officer hears that you've done them satisfactorily. Now then, we have 2 petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
That's quite the leap, Captain. Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single
Так привело сюда.
Seems at best panic.
Спиздили образец там
And
этих
at worst,
ксеноморф или кто там они, терраморфы,
bloodthirsty
блядь.
warmonger and her associates.
Доставили
I would
доктору,
remind
блядь.
the
Это
chief
какой-то
diplomat
киборг,
who he's
блядь,
speaking
клон.
to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the Cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
Just taking her word for it as well, then.
So it would seem. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
Да, вот последний про этот ответ. Да, мадам президент. Типа, блядь, я уверен, что если я добуду архивы, они будут проданы с умом. Надеюсь, или нет. Нет, неправильно. Sailed, а тут sealed.
Captain?
Ну ладно. Нет, ну в любом случае можно себя вести как мудак. Особенно, когда он ее называет ma'am. Мам. Хуй знает, что выбрать. Тут обычно первый вариант ответа это правильный, корректный. Второй там какой-то тупой или более непонятный. Третий это вообще как долбоеб. А потом уже идут просто вопросы на вопрос. А что нам делать там? Дайте больше информации.
Agreed. We collect as much data as we can, then, when cooler heads prevail, we make an informed decision.
Yes, given what we've heard, I find
Тяжко
myself
тут в
in
таких
agreement,
диалогах серьезных без
No,
Русика.
the captain is precisely right. We could hardly be expected to make a galaxy-affecting decision on such scant evidence.
Yes, a fair assessment, Chief Diplomat. So then, while the data you two have presented is compelling, I think we can safely say it's insufficient for the level of action you've requested. Perhaps once we... What was that?
Attention. Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident. Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
Damn it. They're here. Now.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and... Have your men contain the things, but do it
Бля, ну как тут такой можно момент упустить? Важные же переговоры.
discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
The things we do here, the tech we develop, benefits all of humanity.
Не, есть пиздатый крутой. Блять, можно пройти, пожалуйста?
You! The EM rifle, grab it! Now!
Stop! We're trying to help you!
Stop!
What are you doing? EM fire, Captain!
Что-то, мне кажется, зря это сделал. Не хочу ее убивать. Нервных.
rifle! Grab it! Now!
Stop! We're trying to help you! That's it. Now hit him with everything you've got.
Stop!
Обязательно с той пушки, которую я подобрал, надо ебошить.
I'm hit. Do this. Another loser.
Thank God you got here when you did. I just wish it hadn't come to that.
Yeah, what the hell happened back there, Captain? There's no excuse for using lethal force here.
О.
Or you could have used the EM gun like you were ordered. These are lives you're playing with here. So get your head in the game. Understand? Now, officer, the way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started...
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet.
А он на компе или на Xbox играет?
You break the hold.
Я видел, да, я читал сегодня. Он прям ждал обычный этот релиз по геймпасу.
I honestly was just wondering the same thing. But no, you don't need to worry about me. I've had a Terramorph try it on me before. I'm not susceptible. So we'll just have to make sure to watch out for each other down there. I'm not suggesting. It's documented behavior. The result of the projection, and some lose control all. Those cases, you'll either need to knock them out with EM fire, or free them by killing the Terramorph. Let's do it.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
Не, ну с этим долбоебом уже церемониться нет смысла. Блять, мудаки, съебите нахуй. Мешайте, блядь.
Wait, officer? Are you and this woman experts? Take whatever we can get right now.
Да, конечно, мы
We've got the
эксперты,
remaining
блядь.
creatures locked
Да
down
на
on the
это
land.
посмотри, блядь.
We're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before, huh? Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more women. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
You see the big heavens those Marines were here? I'm sure we wouldn't have held one of them. I'm never skipping out to practice again as long as I live.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with Terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here. But we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us. Roger that. We're on you.
It's over. Thank God. If these things reached the populated areas of the city, we would have had an absolute massacre on our hands.
Бля, перегруз.
Here, I have something for you. You're welcome. I picked it up on one of our late... I'm just pleased I get... Check back with me from time to time. Wonder where this will all lead. Bring me anything useful. Maybe another time.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two.
Like hell it is. I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Ну все, мы герои.
Not now. Okay? Please, just leave me alone. You take care of those things?
Come on.
Thank God.
Cabinet's going to want our report. Not in a million years. Another attack. Just if this doesn't convince the Cabinet. Almost hard to believe.
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system doesn't get... Sidonia is an industrial town. The people... Goodbye.
Nothing's getting to the cabinet.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your... people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes, ma'am. Security loses hope.
Вот это прикольный кадр.
Officer.
Ah. There you are.
My responsibility to call
I
their
believe
family.
Captain? Hadrian? It would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. As well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
I had some ideas on that front, Captain, but we'll get to that. Now, after today's events, the Cabinet has decided to revisit its previous decision.
Дайте денег.
We will be supporting your collection of the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative. The Cabinet wants progress, and wants it quickly. You're already far more familiar with the situation than any diplomat would be. There's also no diplomat alive that can claim they helped keep a cadre of Terramorphs off the embassy doorsteps. The Cabinet was unanimous. They want you. The very next item on my list. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. Get you access to those credits and real estate you're after. So, Will you help us?
Я, кстати, родителям бабки перевел. Ну, точнее, они автоматически перевелись.
It has its perks. Only citizens can purchase property in the city. We also pay reduced prices on most goods and services across the UC. There's also a credit disbursement when you first join. Help get you on your feet. But above all, you'd become a dedicated part of the greatest faction in the galaxy. If you're willing to help us, we can open that door. I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
The next time Terrormorphs rear their ugly heads, UC is going to be ready.
Pardon? I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer Kulkarni. Start getting a plan
You've done the
together for
UC
that
an
data.
incredible service, Captain. Unfortunately, I believe this is only the beginning. This is the last Terramorph attack like this the UC
Been a
will
long
ever
time
face.
since I've been to Mars.
You have my word on that.
Sol system doesn't get a lot of traffic. Talk to you later.
Did you actually go down there and fight those things?
Speak to Deputy McIntyre. She'll point you towards what needs to be done next.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more work.
One day, I'm gonna leave New Atlantis for good.
А чё, дверь не закрылась?
After that business with the Terramorph, it's good to get back to small crimes and petty thieves. The whole department is in the process of recovering, myself included. If I'm being honest, I still have nightmares of my team turning on one another. Things can be replaced and wounds can be healed, but building back that trust in each other is going to take time. Luckily, we've built a good culture here, and we hired some new recruits who were inspired by what you did. I've got faith we'll survive this. Yep. Something just came in. Scuffle over at the Dawn's Roost. Security on site handled it, but now one of them is saying the other guy stole his wedding ring. Problem is, he left without identifying the perp, so I need you to talk to Royce Elgin at the Dawn's Roost. See if you can fill in the gaps. Men like him aren't very generous with their time. They want you to solve a case without ever having to lift a finger themselves. Not that he'd be much of a witness, given that he was still half drunk when he got here, and somehow even more so when he left. Sorry, wrong word. Rich people don't get drunk, they get inebriated, which is another way of saying highly unreliable. Thank you, Captain. Always appreciate it when you lend a hand. Let me know when the matter's resolved. According to the patron, the ring is valuable, but if I had to guess, not for sentimental reasons. Normally, when someone loses a valuable keepsake, they're heartbroken. The way this guy was acting, it's almost as if he lost a wallet full of creds. The restaurant over in the residential district caters to a very fancy clientele. It's the kind of place where folks come in different sizes, depending on the food. See you later, Captain. Talk to Royce at the Dawn's Roost. Let me know if you have any questions.
Okay. That was a hell of a jump.
There is simply all of our signature dishes are unique to the Roost. The Dawn's Roost represents the highest quality, from the ingredients to the decor. No expense is spared. Anyone who has sampled our offerings will assure you it is all worth it.
A most unfortunate incident, complicated by the fact that both parties were inebriated. While I wasn't privy to the entire argument, Hugo and Octavio had been dining here together for quite some time. So, it was surprising to see them at each other's throats. Oh, yes, quite often. They had a usual table over in the far corner, with all the traditional accoutrements. Music, candles, wine. You see where I'm going with this. But this time the two had barely sat down before the argument got heated. Thankfully, security stepped in before anyone. I wasn't witness to any theft, and both men were wearing rings, if I recall correctly. Well, the one who stayed with UC Security, Octavio, is a shorter man, handsome and refined. His favorite menu item is the Saint, I believe. The other, Hugo Fournier, is a tall, slender gentleman with a French accent. Excellent tipper, well-mannered, but a bit hot-tempered. I assume that would be the slender gentleman, Hugo Fournier. He was the one who excused himself after UC Security arrived. I believe he lives in Athena Tower, although he may be checking out soon. But I would start there.
Right away. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Excuse me? Oh, I can't believe that Octavio. That liar, that manipulator, that... Yes, the man who... Wait, what? He's accusing me of theft? The nerve of that Lothario! 5 years we were together, half a decade! And he threw it all away for that waiter. Not just dating, betrothed. And I have the engagement ring to prove it. It was supposed to be a romantic dinner, our last before we pledged our lives to each other. But an hour before, I decided to do some cleaning to
Все понятно, голубцы.
I picked up a pair of pants he left on the floor, and out falls a napkin from the Dawn's Roost with a number written on the back. To think he had the audacity to schedule a date with me at the same restaurant? I was livid! Still, I went to the date and held it together just long enough for the waiter to serve us, then I went off! No, there are some things in life that cannot be repaired. Cheating is his way of saying, I don't love you. And without love, what's the point? He would say that, but as far as I'm concerned, it's my property. He gifted it to me when he proposed. It's not his to return. I don't care. I'm not giving it to you. I think my lawyer would disagree. Either way, if Octavio wants to take me to court, then so be it. You're right. My stubbornness gets me in trouble far too often. That does sound reasonable. So long as you don't hand the ring over to Octavio. Fine. I may be extremely agitated, but I want no part of a UC prison. Here.
Sidonia is an industrial town. The people there tend to be concise. Bye for now.
Another day? I wonder if I'll miss New Atlantis when Tony and I leave. Well, that depends. Are you a
Ей,
foodie
по-моему,
or a
надо
shopper?
купить кофе, который она хочет.
You should check out the commercial district. There's some cool shops there. And if you want a whole new look, there's even an enhance.
Ну, она работает.
Oh, hi there. I'm doing great.
Точнее,
How
сейчас
about
ей
you?
не вовремя.
Glad to hear it. Yeah, life is good, isn't it? I've been trying to save up enough money so that I can go explore the settled systems with my boyfriend, Tony. I think we're finally getting close. Tony and I want to see what else is out there. I love my job, but there has to be more to life than just being a janitor in New Atlantis. What about you? Have you gone on any adventures? Nice. Moving up in the world, huh? Hats off to you. I couldn't cut in that type of work. Too stressful. not too bad. Found a box of pens the other day. You'd be amazed at what people leave lying around. Really? Well, I guess you're right. I'm feeling a bit run down. I really love my job, but it's hard work and long hours. I could definitely use a Terracino from Terra Brew right now. Really? That's so sweet. I really appreciate it. Take care of yourself.
Так, где кофейня?
File says you have a military background. Stay out of trouble.
Блять, я там был, но я не помню, где это находится.
Hi. How you doing?
Cherry's by far the best flavor of mocha.
Hello and welcome to Terra Brew. Thanks for choosing Terra Brew. What can I get you? Certainly. Please take your time.
I have a feeling today's going to be a great day. Don't you agree? I'm so excited to see Tony after work. Oh, thank you so much. Soon I'll be coursing with bountiful energy. I'll be the most enthusiastic janitor in New Atlantis. Here, take this. I found it while I was cleaning. I figured you might find a use for it. Thanks again. I really appreciate it. I cleaned up a kid's vomit today. Fourth. Don't be a stranger.
Слушай, я что-то отвлекся. Я не видел, что она там дала.
Jetpack, damn it.
How can I help, Captain? Ah, perfect. Did you manage to get the ring back? Ugh. Really? I should have known this was a waste of time the moment I laid eyes on that drunk. That's on me. Without saying names, there are some people in this city who treat us like their personal security service. But you know how it goes. Sometimes we protect, other times we serve. Either way,
Что-то 170, по-моему,
I'm
или
still gonna pay you
150
for your time.
кредитов.
Here, take this. It's well deserved.
Ну, тут оно дешевле. Инвентарь, где-то, по-моему, 170. Не, она просто сказала, типа, она заебалась. Было бы неплохо, там есть охуенная кофейня. Я люблю такое-то. И все.
Starting to run out of credit. I do. Thanks to you, the spaceport is up and running again, which is good for commerce, but also for smugglers. We've received a tip that someone has been bringing in contraband into New Atlantis through the spaceport, and we need to investigate.
Зато помог человеку.
Well, technology-wise, criminals have always been one step ahead. No different now than it was centuries ago. Smugglers often have fancy shielding or scan jammers that allow them to evade the checks. But luckily, we can still use old-fashioned detective work to track these criminals down. Great. First, speak to one of the technicians over by landing pad B. Ask them if they've noticed any suspicious activity. Once you've gotten a lead, cross-reference their testimony with ship records over at Aegis. When you're done, report back to me with your findings.
Ну, конечно, Ленин, да. Всем крестьянам по кофе.
Remember that job you did for Agent Plato? I finally had a reason to call in that favor he owes us. I asked him to pull the names and cargo of every potential smuggling ship that docked in the last month.
Это все начальные квесты, блядь, которые я проебал в первое же, блядь, время, которое я вот на эту планету прилетел. Мне просто было похуй. Я сейчас этот приму, но не буду его проходить, пойду там что-то посерьезнее найду.
If they don't know anything, move on to another. Right now, we don't have any good leads. But if anyone's seen anything, it will give us something to go on.
Take care.
Wonder where this will all lead. Have something for me?
Бля, прикинь, получается, я его наебал. Я хотел ответить, типа, оно не было спизжено, это был подарок, но вот держи его. А если бы я ему его вернул, он бы мне, наверное, больше заплатил. Пиздец. Ну, отдам бабе тогда его.
Time to go?
All inquiries and your cooperation with all posted laws. Regulations and emergency landing.
To move on.
Stay in
are
orbit.
entering United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. You are cleared to land at New Atlantis. I'm going in!
Jump complete. Normal propulsion restored.
Crimson Fleet doesn't usually stay and fight. We show them why. You're with the Free Star Rangers, right? Space is always just a little safer with you folk around. Any way we can repay you? Done. Thanks again for the help. Over and out. Can't stay here gabbing all day. Fly safe.
Ганнибал.
Landing site locked. Take us in.
This is definitely not the kind of place I'd set up an outpost.
Бля, мне надо просто ресурсы проебать, потому что у меня уже там нету места.
quite handy with the building materials.
Блять, их еще запитать же надо.
have to find me. Ha ha. I mean, you got some real moxie, gotta admit. I'm gonna give you one chance. Leave. Let some other errand boy do Gallbank's dirty business. Otherwise, it's not gonna end well for you, my friend. Why the hell would I do that? Easy, easy. Let's see if there's another way out of this. Maybe we can work something out. All right, all right. Took me ages to collect this. But I just want a decent night's sleep. And here, debt repaid. Now get the hell out of here.
А ну да, это миссия банка, типа коллектор.
Bravo. You got to bank their credits. Must feel real good. Bravo. You got to bank their credits. Must feel real good. Bravo. You got to bank their credits. Must feel real good.
Captain on deck.
Not sure if we would have made it out of there without your help. Any way we can repay you? Transferring credits now. Thanks again for the help. UC out.
нихуя, зима первый раз.
You'll be talking to the underside of my
Oh, just the thought of landing at the Red Mile was making me sick. Now that we're here, I'm almost at a loss for words.
Bullshit. You didn't think we'd notice that you tried to slip away without paying your check?
I was just going out for some fresh air. I even told the bartender. You can ask her yourself.
Fresh air, huh? On a planet with no atmosphere.
That's enough, Stalker. Lower your weapon. We don't shoot guests over a misunderstanding. Sir, please return to your table. It's bad practice to leave our establishment without paying your bill first. If you need some fresh air, pay up, go outside, and come back in and start a new check when you're ready.
I'm sorry, but I didn't think it would be a problem.
You were wrong. Dead wrong.
That's enough. I think the gentleman understands. Now let's all go back inside, shall we? And Stalker, you and I are going to talk about this later.
I can't wait. Mess around and find out. Hey, watch out. You cause trouble, and I will not hesitate to end you in any number of ways I see fit. This ain't the United Colonies, Cupcake. Here, you listen to me. I lead the security force. Call it whatever you want. We're ecliptic mercenaries, so I'd think twice about pissing us off, or else you may find yourself with nowhere to hide. Because we have to deal with the dregs of society, like you. Because May lets us handle things our way. Best way to keep people in line is through fear. After you see your first head split open on the bar floor, you're gonna think twice about skipping out on your tab. Maybe you don't start that fight over your lost bet. You get it now? What do you think, moron? Money. May pays us well to keep the assholes out. I make sure my people pretty much get the run of the place. Free booze, free entertainment, you name it. And if anyone's got a problem with it, well, we've got ways of making people disappear. Go bother someone else now.
If only there was... Can't believe they'd rough up a guy just for wanting to take a little break.
All the action's in the casino. You probably want to be in there. Hey, you the captain of that ship? Is your registration paperwork in order? Who's asking? The starport master of Red Mile is who? Think that'd be obvious, given what I just asked you. Excuse me? I don't have time for this bullcrap. Truth is, I don't really give a damn. I gotta ask, because it's my job, you know? And don't get me wrong. I used to care about running a tight operation. Had everything going nice and smooth. But when May started building this place up and hired those mercs, everything went straight to hell. I voiced my displeasure, and now I'm on the outs. May's security. Bunch of wannabe soldier assholes is more like it. Call themselves Ecliptic. You think there's some sort of elite paramilitary unit? I'll tell you what they really are. They're nothing but punks with guns that get off on pushing people around. I get the need for having some security out here. We're independent. That ain't lost on me. But these guys are the worst of the worst. More trouble than they're worth, you know? And not by a little. Yep, she took over a little while ago. Now, I'm not saying they were saints, but at least you'll find her inside. What? All right, pal, I get it. But anyone ever tell you it's not a good idea to piss off your mechanic? Think about it before you pop off to me again. Anyway, I'm sure you're already sick of my bitching. If you need parts for that ship, or a top-up on the grav drive fuel, that's me. Yeah, let me know what you want.
Дорого-богато.
I got plenty, as long as you've got the creds.
Ой, в пизду, это надолго, блядь.
See ya.
Play by the house rules, or you'll find yourself on the other side of an air. I'm on duty, so get the hell out of my face.
I'm really not in the mood. Wait a minute. Judging by the wide-eyed and clueless look on your face, I'm guessing you're the new deputy. Wonderful. Well, your timing couldn't be worse. I've spent weeks trying to crack this smuggling ring, and I'm about to take a very important meeting.
Look, both of you are here for the same reason.
So why don't you drop the tough girl charade and learn to work as a team?
And I'm telling you, I don't have time to babysit rookies. Because I've trained new recruits before, and it's not an experience I want to repeat. Yeah, well, you're here now, so we'll just have to make it work. I don't have time to catch you up, so you're gonna have to follow my lead. I'm about to meet with a contact who might be able to give me vital information about the smuggling ring. If you play your cards right and don't do anything stupid, she might be able to help you find Marco. If you're ready, my contact is here and waiting. She won't be staying long, so I don't have time to brief you. You'll find out everything you need to know when you meet with her. I'm at a critical point in my investigation, and frankly, your presence here is an unwelcome complication. Now let's just get this over with. Follow me.
Howdy.
Here to ask for another drink on...
Oh, I can't believe people who participate in blood sports can possibly be considered celebrities or heroes. Oh, in my mind, they're worse than criminals.
Take a seat.
When I say fortune, it's more like being blessed by fate. Leaving karma. It's like the stars are smiling down. Secondly, a celebrity never pays for its own drinking. But
Who are you?
he enjoys the adoration of the masses, which as often as not comes in glasses.
A woman who's growing increasingly impatient, that's who.
The deputy here is interested in meeting Marco to talk about that mercenary company he's been funding. Since part of that money is coming from his smuggling operation, we're working together.
So you're investigating the first? Why?
Charity and compassion. I'll be at my table.
Wow, how noble.
I guess an introduction is in order. Like Marco, Jade here is the head of a small smuggling cartel. Difference is her crew stays out of Freestar Collective space, while Marco's group operates exclusively within it.
Except now he's looking to expand his operation, and he started moving in on my territory. Well, thanks for the economics lesson, but I think I know my trade. Look, the bad news is, Marco's incredibly paranoid. He never stays in one place for long. The good news is, I know how to find him.
But you're not going to tell us yet because you want something.
I want the same thing you do. I want Marco out of the picture. But like I said, getting a meeting with him can be damn near impossible. One of the few people who can arrange such a meeting is right here at Red Mile.
May Divine. We've suspected for some time that Red Mile was a meeting place for smugglers. If she's in business with Marco, she won't give him up easily.
She's the owner and manager here. Inherited the place when her husband was killed. May's the key to this whole thing, but I don't know her. Maybe try to get on her good side? Yeah, well, so can she. I can tell you right now what she's gonna want, because it's the same thing she always wants. She wants runners. It's how she makes most of her money. Of course, people that hard-blooded aren't easy to find.
Yeah, well, I'm not going out on the mile. That's a death sentence. There has to be another way.
You've been a ranger long enough that too many people know your face and your name. Runners attract a lot of attention. If someone recognizes you and tips off May, this whole thing is shot. You, on the other hand, are just a deputy. It's pretty unlikely that a lot of people know you.
You don't have to do this. We'll find another way to get to Marco. The Red Mile is incredibly dangerous. I just don't want to see you take a risk like that. I hope that's not false bravado, Deputy, because this is life and death we're talking about. If it's really as simple as asking May Divine for a meeting with Marco, then I guess that's all you need to do. We'll wait here for you. Try not to die, will you?
Really going to take on the Mile, huh?
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system doesn't get a lot of traffic.
Подписался на какую-то хуйню точно. Серьезно.
And enjoy yourself. Can I get you something while you wait for the next ride?
Please, enjoy your time here at the Red Mile. Ah, a new face. I wonder, is this the face of a brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile? Or simply one seeking a respite from the burdens of life? My name is May, and I'm the proprietor of this establishment, home of the famous Red Mile. I assume you're familiar. Oh? Let's rectify that then, shall we? You will not find a more exciting blood sport in all the settled systems. The Red Mile is an exciting and deadly race to the finish for the galaxy's bravest champions. Those that manage to complete the course win fame and fortune. Those that don't are never heard from again. I'm happy to answer any other questions you might have. In the meantime, please enjoy our world's famous hospitality. Well, it's quite simple, really. Once you register with me, we'll have a little pomp and circumstance before sending you on your way out the big red door. Then it's a race to the buzzer at the other end of the course. You'll deal with obstacles and deadly creatures alike, while people up here place bets on how far you'll get. Make it back alive, and you'll stand to win riches and the admiration of your fans. I'm sure you can figure out what happens if you fail. Just a little introduction we do to get the fans all worked up. The Red Mile is a spectator sport, after all. You're too precious! Yes, of course they bet on our runners' lives. We're outside of the colonies and freestars for a reason.
Что-то походу какая-то арена.
This is a huge part of the Red Mile's appeal. How better to make the most exciting sport in the universe more exciting? Repeat runners draw bigger bets. You should ask Donovan how much bets on him were worth before he was forced. Of course. And if you're thinking of running, just let me know. I'll be glad to sign you up. That is true. But Mr. Graziani values his privacy. What is your business with him? Exactly. Yes, this is not unknown to me. His association with the First is troubling, to say the least, and that trouble could find its way here. It's been too long since we've had proper entertainment. If you're willing to provide, I'll give you money. Are you prepared to run the Red Mile? Something got your tongue? Anything else? Oh, I'm afraid this is the only thing that I want from you. At least for now. A simple journey through a wilderness occupied by creatures that somehow dangerous. I give you my word, which is something I never do lately. Once you've begun, I'll collect bets from my patrons who place wagers on your survival. I'm afraid not. But I'm sure your confidence will inspire our patrons to place substantial wagers on your survival. That's what every runner says.
Mission or not, I can't even imagine why you'd take part in such an uncivilized activity. There's always a better way.
Now that we're clear on what's expected, are you ready to begin? Good. Come with me and I'll introduce you. Your attention, please. Valued patrons and honored guests.
People betting over other people's very survival. Absolutely revolting.
A runner has come to test the red mile.
Блять, куда она пропадает?
Now is your chance to come. A good look at our fearless calendar as you contemplate your wages. Do you see the fire in those? What is that if not steely determination? I think you'll agree that we're in for quite a show!
activate the beacon at the base of the tower, you'll see the distance. Once you've done so, return here alive, and your run will be complete. Go now, runner, and see if you can survive the mile!
Because I'm not happy with participating in this barbarism. Not at all.
Sidonia is an industrial town. Right.
Чего, блядь? Она тут откуда?
Don't leave any of that behind.
Блять, какая же хуйня эта ебаная, сука, на джойстике. Дрочится, блять.
Wasn't expecting this guy today. I'll get right on it.
Да, блядь, плотненько.
These jetpacks for a reason, you know.
Сейчас буду жрать все подряд. Бля, ждать не хочется, пока восстановится, блядь, стамина. Блядь, джойстик сел, сука. Блядь, все сожру, похуй. Не понял.
hoping they'd curtail their aggression when it came. Congratulations, runner. You have succeeded where most have failed. In fact, you seem none the worse for wear. I'm not easily impressed, but you've managed to surprise me. As promised, I'll set up your meeting with Marco. I'll dispatch a courier to let him know you're coming. Please take a moment to relax and enjoy our hospitality. I'll return shortly.
Okay. Hello.
I keep thinking the next time I'm gonna live up to the legacy.
You're back. Are you okay? And here I was feeling like a nervous wreck the whole time. Guess I had nothing to worry about. Anyway, I'm relieved you made it through okay.
Why? Afraid you'd lose all that work you put into your smuggling investigation?
I wouldn't expect you to understand. All you see in people is what you can get from them. I'm glad, because that was an incredibly brave thing you did. And we need rangers with that kind of courage. Also, I owe you an apology. I was pretty awful to you at first.
Тяжеловато было, пиздец.
No, it's not that. I had a bad experience with another deputy that I was training. I'll tell you all about it after this is over. Okay? So, you need to stay alive, or you'll never hear the story. You're right. Let's focus on the job. Once you're on your way, I'll return to the Rock and let the Marshal know what's going on. Come home safe, Deputy. That's an order.
You always were the soft one, little sister.
Oh, go to hell. Or at least make yourself useful and get us some drinks.
Nothing quite like the excitement of a run. It can get rowdy in here sometimes, but we try to keep things civil. Pardon me?
Hi, welcome. Aside from the restaurant and just speak to our starport master. Oh, clearly he was a goner. You can imagine. You got it. Word of Lucky you. Will you be staying for just the night, or, how long? Of course. You'll...
This will all lead. Okay. Been a long time since.
What's this?
Feel free to drop some stuff into my bag.
Блять, СДшку поднял. Охуеть.
Since you quit running,
Until later.
I assumed you were over that.
Go ahead. Start some trouble. Give me an excuse to air you out.
Time for me to keep my promise, runner? You can find Marco on Kodos aboard his ship. I'd advise you not to keep him waiting. He is not exactly patient. He's intelligent, well-connected, and utterly ruthless. He's also a man of taste who appreciates the finer things. You'll find out soon enough what I mean. Only that someone wanted a meeting. Don't expect to catch him unprepared. He keeps a sizable force of mercenaries aboard his ship as bodyguards. Good. Travel safely, runner. Should you ever crave the challenge of the mile again, it will be here, waiting for you.
I had a feeling about you. Hello.
I'm picking fight with someone who isn't carrying a firearm. I can only hold my subordinates back. So long before they finally get tired of your BS.
Get the hell out of my face.
Don't know if it was brave.
Wanker. I'm on.
Captain, where are we headed next? Have things for you.
Captain, hello. I am. How can I be of service? May I take some things?
Блять, робот заебал, и вот он нужен все время.
I will await your next order, Captain. Greetings. You may. I will do my best. I am powered by wheels and cogs. They are responsible for any ticking that emanates from me. Constellation has seen to it that I possess a near encyclopedic knowledge of human history, art, culture, and return soon.
I have things for you. Escape trajectory plotted. Gravitational feedback checks out. We're in the right place. Grav drive spinning down. Systems green. Landing side looks clean. Let's set it down.
Fire up your hand scanner. I bet you'll find plenty here to catalog.
Runner. Bus is in the back.
This music is gonna put me to sleep.
My word. Some of these pieces on display are incredible. They belong in a museum.
Welcome. May's message didn't exactly make it clear why you wanted to meet with me. If you're looking for work, my organization is always in need of pilots and security personnel, willing to take risks. You've heard of the First, I take it. I'm not just a member, I also help to fund the outfit through a network of independent traders. Of course. Ah, I see. You did well to find me. Though I suppose we have... Given the nature of the contract, a degree of exposure was always a risk, but a calculated one. To be honest, I think the Major is all but spoiling for a confrontation with the Rangers. Still, I confess, I'm a little disappointed that the...
I'm willing to bet this deputy can handle whatever you intend to throw in our path.
And who might you be?
Sarah. Sarah.
It's a pleasure to welcome you aboard. It's clear you are a woman of...
How about we skip the compliments and...
Your deputy friend here could have a break, assuming we all keep our heads. To settle accounts, Major Hull served with this in his eyes. As for me, I didn't see any profit in nursing. That's right. A lot of good men and women died. You've chosen your side, and I've chosen mine. You're on my ship. I'm a businessman. I won't tell you everything. I do still have some loyalty to my unit. However, I have a better idea. Instead, I tell you something you don't want to know. The Council of Governors is a group of greedy and corrupt liars who are... Do you really think they give a damn about the people of the Free Star Connect? Whatever road brought you here, your journey ends today.
Блять, хуёво. Бля, может попробовать загрузить? Что-то, походу, мы с ним не допизделись. По-хорошему.
You the runner? Bus is the man. Got my eyes.
Welcome. If you're looking for work, my organ... You've heard of the first. Of course, illicit. Is that so? You did well to find me. Though I suppose we... Given the nature, to be honest... Still.
I'm willing to bet this deputy...
And who might you be?
Sarah.
It's a pleasure to welcome you. It's clear you are...
How about we...
Your deputy, assuming we all keep. To settle accounts. Major Hall served, in his eyes, as for me. That's right. Major Hall spent 20 years in lockup nursing. A lot of good men. And you've chosen your side, and I've chosen mine. You're on my ship. I'm a businessman. If I won't tell you everything. However, I have a better idea. Instead, I tell you something you don't want to know. But you should. The Council of Governors is a group. Do you really think they give up? Whatever road brought you here, your journey...
Sidonia is an industrial town.
Блять. Интересно, если бы я, блядь, первый вариант взял. Что там будет?
Welcome. If you're looking for work, my... You've heard of the first. Of course, illicit. Ah. You did well to find. Though I suppose we... Given the nature of the to be honest. Still.
I'm willing to bet this...
And who might you be?
Sarah.
It's a pleasure to... It's clear you are a woman of...
How about...
Your deputy friend, assuming we all... To settle accounts. Major Hall served with... In his eyes? As for me... That's right. A lot of good men and women. You've chosen your side? Attack me. And you'll never get off this ship alive. I have a better idea. I'll give you what you want, if you agree to do the same for me. I won't tell you everything. I do still have some loyalty to my unit. However, I can point you in the right direction. In exchange...
Блять. Мне кажется, он снова начнет, блять, агриться.
I have a better idea. Instead, I tell you something you don't want to know. But you should. The Council of Governors is a group of greedy... Do you really? If being in the 1st Cavalry taught me anything, it's that blind loyalty gets you killed. Time you learn the same.
Бля, короче, я думаю, надо согласиться сразу. Посмотрим, что он там за миссию даст.
Welcome. Maze, if you're looking for work, my organization... You've heard of the 1st. Of course, Sealis. Ah. You did well to find. Though I suppose, given the nature of the... To be honest, still.
I'm willing to bet.
And who might you?
Sarah.
It's a pleasure to welcome. It's clear you are...
How about we...
Your deputy, assuming we all keep... To settle accounts. Major Hall, sir. In his eyes. As for me... That's right. A lot of good men. You've chosen your side? Attack me. I have a better idea. I won't tell you everything. However... Good. Then we are agreed.
How interesting. I wasn't aware that accepting bribes was one of the tenets that Freestar Rangers live by.
It'd be a shame if an encrypted slate like this one somehow got into the wrong hands. Wouldn't it? Now, before you complain, remember that all I promised was to point you in the right direction. You're free to stay as long as you like. It's not often I get to entertain such a distinguished guest.
Where this will all lead.
Окей. Все, на сегодня хватит. Завтра на работу. Все, я ушел. Пока.